Hello and a very warm welcome to this World Cup special. Indian captain Rohit Sharma along with the chairman of selectors Ajit Agarkar will be addressing the media in Mumbai. The duo will explain the decisions behind the selection of the T20 World Cup squad. Since the announcement on Tuesday, there have been questions about why certain players have been selected despite their poor recent form and why players like Rinku have been left out, given India needs a finisher and Rinku has been impressive in the last 2 years. So there'll be a lot of questions that Rohit and Ajit Agarkar will have to answer. Let's though first take you through India's World Cup squad. The team will be captained by Rohit Sharma and surprisingly Hardik Pandya, who struggled with form and captaincy for Mumbai Indians. He has been selected as the vice captain of the side. The Ajit Agarkar-led selection committee has chosen Yashasvi Jaiswal over Shubman Gill in the opener slot, but Gill is there in the standby reserves. Virat Kohli, who was leading the orange cap race up until now, after Rituraj Gaikwad took over, he was the leader. He completes that top order. Then there is Suryakumar Yadav. And in the battle for the wicketkeepers, Rishabh Pant has made it back to the squad after an impressive performance in the ongoing IPL. And Sanju Samson, he has pipped KL Rahul for the second wicketkeeper's position. Rishabh Pant, he scored 398 runs this season at an average of 44 and a strike rate of 158 with 14 dismissals, which makes him the most successful keeper in IPL 2024, followed by Sanju Samson, who scored 385 runs at a stunning average of 77 and a strike rate of 161. He also has 9 dismissals. So these two, the best choice for the two wicket keepers. Now, despite Hardik Pandya averaging almost 42 with the ball at an economy rate of 11 and with the bat, he's yet to get a single 50 all season. He's given the ticket to the World Cup, and not just that, he's been promoted to vice captaincy. Shivam Dube, he's been rewarded for his irresistible form in this IPL this season, where he scored 350 runs at an average of 50 and an incredible strike rate of 171, and he will be a solid middle order option for the World Cup for Team India. Then there is Ravindra Jadeja, nowhere near top form as an all-rounder, batting at a strike rate of 131 after 6 innings and averaging almost 47 per each of his 5 wickets from 9 matches. He's also in the squad. Then there is Akshar Patel. He's been chosen to give India another all-round option. He has a strike rate of 124, but it's his bowling. His 9 wickets have come at an economy rate of 7.24. India's #1 spinner Kuldeep Yadav is also there in the squad, along with Yuzvendra Chahal, who has 13 wickets at an economy of 9 per over. Now that we've told you about their batting, their all-rounders and their spin bowling options, here are the pacers. The pace attack comprises of 3 specialists in Jasprit Bumrah. There is Mohammad Siraj and Arshdeep Singh. Bumrah leading that purple cap race. Mohammad Siraj just 6 wickets from 9 matches for RCB, going at 9.5 per over and conceding over 53 runs per wicket. Arshdeep Singh too, he's struggled in this IPL, 13 wickets at 27 each, but the no ball problems with Arshdeep, that persists, and also he's not nailing his Yorkers the way he used to. Then there are also 4 players in the reserves. There is Shubman Gill. A lot of people would have said, you know, why not have Shubman Gill as one of their options as an opener? But Shubman Gill is in the reserves. There is Rinku Singh as well. Then there are 2 fast bowlers in Khalil Ahmed and Avesh Khan. India will begin their World Cup campaign against Ireland on 5th of June at the Nassau County International Cricket Stadium, New York, followed by the marquee clash against Pakistan on June 9th at the same venue. India will then play US and Canada on 12th June and 15th of June, respectively. So there are a lot of questions, and as we wait for that press conference to begin, Kabir, my colleagues here with me, and we're going to talk about what can be expected out of this press conference and also some of those questions, Kabir, that I wonder, what could be the reason behind leaving someone like a Rinku Singh out? And has this selection committee, along with the captain and the coach, gone for reputation more than current form?
I think that's the big question that everybody was asking. Everybody was glued to their, social media screens, trying to understand whether it's going to be a safe lineup or it's going to be an unconventional lineup. I think the answer is clear cut in front of us. Several disappointments, at least personally, in my limited opinion, would have wanted to see much more fresher players. But the only silver lining that I see over here, Meha, now that the list is out and people are expecting a result to come on the 4th of June, but I know for a fact that the first result is going to be on the 9th of that month when India face off Pakistan in New York. I mean, imagine India versus Pakistan in New York.
Yeah.
But coming back to the list that we have at our hands, the silver lining here seems to be that you've got Shubman Gill, Rinku Singh in the reserves, albeit, and the two other bowlers in the reserves. We're going to, heavily miss Mohammad Shami, but the silver lining being that there could be a lot of options for flexibility. We've seen it happen in the previous World Cup as well. Hardik Pandya went out, made room for two more players. Mohammad Shami, what a beautiful World Cup he had. Personally himself got the highest recognition for his sporting activities as well. So that's the only silver lining here. Of course, being a cricketing nation, wearing our our emotions on our sleeves when it comes to cricket. That enthusiasm is always there, but of course personal disappointment. Sanju Samson being there in the list, a lot of backing for him this particular Indian Premier League season as well. So his role is going to be very crucially going to be looked at. And Shivam Dube, every time he's donned the yellow jersey, standing on the other end, be it a Mahendra Singh Dhoni or a Ravindra Jadeja on the other end, or even Gaikwad, who's actually been hitting those balls. Shivam Dube, he's standing tall, his head is straight, and he's knocking it out of the park. Rohit Sharma is backing him as well. So fingers crossed. 9th of June is what I'm looking forward to. But before that, let's wait and watch what Ajit Agarkar has to say. Interestingly, he said that, if Dhoni wants to come in, well, a wild card entry for him anytime. MS Dhoni के लिए हमेशा जगह है.
MS Dhoni के लिए हमेशा जगह है. सबके दिलों में भी और Indian team में भी. That's what, they keep saying MS Dhoni is an emotion. That's what this is all about. But let's also talk a little bit about where things could have been different for this team. And why I'm saying this is that given that they've gone for safe options, how right are they in making those calls? This is a team that in the 2 World Cups that they've played, which is in 2021 and in 2022, both times have struggled during the power plays. That it has been, India was one of the slowest of the blocks in power plays in 2022 as well as in 2021. Right. And you look at the top order and you say, instead of a KL Rahul, there's possibly going to be a Yashasvi Jaiswal. That is, if they agree with playing opening, giving Yashasvi Jaiswal the opening slot along with Rohit Sharma, or it could just be Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma opening for them. And I don't know how that's going to play out this time around. Can we see that kind of explosive starts that we expect now, since the game has changed? Look at what's happening in the IPL. Yeah. You're getting 250 plus scores just like this on different pitches. Can Indian openers provide that kind of start? And is that going to be a big challenge for this team? By the way, we just saw visuals of Rohit Sharma arriving for that press conference, but yes, continue.
You're absolutely right. The question is, the heart of the question is in the right place. Certainly, it is a power play tournament, isn't it? The first 6 overs, that's what people are watching. Even in the IPL, they're tuning into the matches, they're watching the first 6 overs, then they come back, they do their chores, and then they come back towards the end. Finally, who's, winning this particular battle. 250 plus runs, 200 plus scores. But, we have to look at how many Indians are making those scores or, pitching into those scoring efforts. And how many Indians, if at all they are there, are part of this lineup that we're talking about right now. So those are some questions. Of course, you have somebody like a Virat Kohli who will give you the option of either opening or, going on as number 2 or number 3, being the anchor on the other end. But power play, that's the big question. Look at what's happening in the IPL this time around as well. Hardik Pandya, Suryakumar Yadav, Rohit Sharma, how they have not been able to, get going per se in every match with the kind of consistency. And the players that actually are, getting going with the kind of consistency, like Abhishek Sharma, like the guy, like Ruturaj Gaikwad, they are not featuring on this list. So pertinent questions, the first 6 overs, that's going to be, what everybody is going to be looking at.
I mean, the only way I see this happening for the Indian team is that you've got to put a Yashasvi Jaiswal in there and hopes that he gives you that start along with Rohit Sharma, because you cannot have, that's the problem I see even with a team like, say, Gujarat Titans. You look at that side and you don't see pinch hitters, you don't see big hitters, you just see anchors, one after the other, from Riddhiman Saha to Sai Sudarshan to the captain Shubman Gill. Except when you come down to David Miller, you've only got anchors one after the other.
Right.
And the difference between a side like Gujarat Titans, you compare it to, say, Sunrisers Hyderabad or a Kolkata Knight Riders, who are just, their mantra is just stun the opposition in the first 6 overs, which is what Phil Salt and Sunil Narayan are doing for them, which is what Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head are doing for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Can India, because that's the game. That's the game right there. That's what T20 is going to be played in that kind of manner. Can Indian team get off to those kind of starts with the lineup that they have? That is the one big question.
You're making me jump the gun here, Meha, but I've been speaking to everybody in the newsroom because, this is the favorite topic these days. Rohit Sharma, if he's right, he's down there facing the first ball for us. Do we know that he can knock it out of the park? Well, yes, we certainly know he can knock it out of the park. And if he gets going, then we can make fruitful use of the first 6 overs. But then again, you rightly pointed out, maybe a Shivan Dube could be more fruitful in the first 6 overs, but then we know that he's going to come down later on in the batting order. These are some grueling questions. I just feel that Team India will have to make very important decisions in terms of who they're facing, what is the pitch looking like at that particular time, how is temperature playing a role. It is the United States after all, not a lot of cricketing experience per se or history when it comes to playing first class cricket over there or international cricket over there. The only thing is that maybe sometimes Virat Kohli opens up, sometimes he doesn't. But will the top order get cracking? That's the big question.
Exactly.
Do they have my faith? Well, at least, as long as Rohit Sharma is there, we've seen him perform better. And when the big stages, the big matches come, even Hardik Pandya comes through with, his own scoring efforts as well. So
which is going to be important for this team.
100%,
Hardik
100%.
Pandya needs to be good with the ball and the bat. And I feel like it's important right now that Hardik Pandya, even as Mumbai Indians campaign just sort of goes from bad to worse, because they're they're right now in the 9th position. They're all but out of this IPL. But if they win from here, and specifically if Hardik Pandya, someone like a Hardik Pandya, even Rohit Sharma, these Surya Kumar Yadav, they need to get back to form. They need to start scoring runs, wins or losses, just for the sake of the Indian team, not so much for the Mumbai Indians, because they're all but out, like I said. It'll be important how they do from here on. And as soon as the squad was announced, your 3 batters who were part of the Indian lineup were all out for 15 runs in Mumbai Indians' last game. So that wasn't a good sign. The other thing, which I feel like might hurt India's chances, is your fast bowlers. Except for Jasprit Bumrah, there is nobody else that they've taken who's got the rhythm, who is bowling well. You look at Arshdeep Singh. I don't know what seems to have happened to Arshdeep Singh. Here was a guy who could nail Yorkers at will in the death overs. Somehow, he's not the same Arshdeep Singh. He's struggling. 13 wickets at 27, but we've seen it's a problem. Mohammad Siraj. I mean, RCB put him out for 2 matches, 3 matches, saying that, you know what, you're not doing well. But he finds himself in that list. So I don't know how he's going to bowl, because it almost seems like a Mumbai Indians bowling lineup, where the onus will be on Jasprit Bumrah to give you wickets in all phases. Give him the new ball, he'll get you 2 wickets. Then keep him for 1 over.
And when so many questions are already there on the batting order, do you want that kind of pressure on your leader of your bowling battery? That's going to put unnecessary, unwarranted pressure on Jasprit Bumrah. But Meha, what would have Ajit Agarkar done in such a scenario? Because I'm trying to understand the kind of options that were there at Agarkar's disposal and what he has finally come up with. Because if, let's say, Arshdeep does not come through with the goods, then you have these other two bowlers, in the reserves as well. So a mix and match again will have to come in play. We'll have to wait and find out. But no ball is a big issue with Arshdeep now.
Yeah. So the way I see it is, I think what they've done is, I mean, of course, we're waiting for that press conference, but what they've done is that they've said that, look, it's a World Cup, okay? Not everybody there's a difference between playing well in the IPL and playing well in a World Cup. So they've obviously gone for the tried and tested bowlers who've done well, batters as well. They've gone on reputation, as we've been saying, but also players who've done well over the years for Team India. And I think what seems to have happened, I'm guessing, in that meeting is that they've said that, look, how many players can you take who have the experience and how many of them is on their recent form? What should we do right now? Should we be taking players?
How to strike that balance?
How to strike that balance? And I feel that it's just a difficult choice as a selector. Chairman of selector, that job is the most difficult job because you'll always be questioned for whatever choices you make. And I feel like he's gone for a safe choice. He's just said that, you know what, too bad if Mohammad Siraj is not performing now, but he's done it in the past for us. We're just going to give him that thing. So too bad Hardik Pandya is not performing right now. He's done it in the past for this team. That on his day, he'll win you a match single-handedly with the bat and the ball. But whether that comes good, that's going to be a difficult one.
Is it pragmatic to bank on that question? To bank on the probability of them coming up with the goods on the day of the big matches? That's what I am, hoping for as well.
It hasn't happened in the past. So we've got to look back at your 2021 World Cup, 2022 World Cup.
I also
could not do well.
Talk a little bit
about the only time India has done well in a T20 World Cup is when your first choice players did not go for that, which was the 2007 World Cup under MS Dhoni, who ended up winning it.
The World Cup.
The only one.
World Cup.
So, maybe you need to
But I think
look
how
back
people
at
look
that
at T20 games has changed since 2007
Absolutely.
as well. We can't go back to the same formula. However, what a beautiful team. I mean, you look at the highlight reels, from the vault, and you can't, you don't move the channel. You stick on, you look at all those highlights. You've seen Yuvraj Singh sixes, but you watch them again and again.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant moment. And to think that it was an inaugural T20 World Cup. Okay, we've come to the end of this segment. And we've got to take a break. Thank you so much, Kavir, for joining us here. What we're going to do is we're going to wrap this up. But as we go, it's the biggest interview amid elections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken extensively on all subjects with a panel of 5 editors of the TV9 network. The exclusive interview airs tonight at 8 p.m. on this channel. So please mark it out on your calendar and stay tuned.
Pradhan Mantri and 5 editors roundtable interview.
एक मैं आज पत्ता खोल देता हूं. मेरे मन में तो सवाल है कि और क्या वायनाड में सौदा हुआ है क्या?
देश के नंबर 1 न्यूज नेटवर्क पर प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी.
मैं जानता हूं कि आपका नेटवर्क बहुत बड़ा है, आपका दर्शक संख्या भी बहुत बड़ी है, ये भी मुझे पता है. आपका डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म भी बहुत बड़ा है. मैं जब विदेश जाता हूँ तो मुझे रेफरेंस कहीं चाहिए, तो मैं कभी इमीडिएट कहीं जाना है तो मैं आपके डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाता हूँ.
महाराष्ट्र, कर्नाटक, तेलंगाना, गुजरात और पश्चिम बंगाल समेत पूरे भारतवर्ष से प्रधानमंत्री का संवाद. प्रधानमंत्री एंड 5 एडिटर्स राउंड टेबल इंटरव्यू देखें आज रात 8 बजे.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to 5 editors of the TV9 network on a wide range of topics. Listen to this excerpt and catch the full interview at 8 p.m.
एक चीज को लेकर बड़ा भ्रम है और वो भ्रम ये है कि विपक्ष आरोप लगाता है कि अगर बीजेपी 400 सीट लेकर आई तो संविधान बदल देगी. इस देश में पहले भी 400 सीट लेकर पार्टी आई है. देश में पहले भी संविधान में 100 से ज्यादा संशोधन हो चुके हैं. इन बयानों पर आप क्या कहेंगे?
पहली बात यह है कि आज हमारे पास कितनी सीटें हैं? आज भी एनडीए के पास करीब करीब 360 सीटें है और एनडीए के सिवाय जैसे बीजेडी एनडीए में नहीं है तो उन सबको मिला ले तो आज भी हम करीब करीब 400 सीट के साथ ही बैठे हुए हैं पार्लियामेंट में। पिछले 5 साल से बैठे हुए हैं। अगर ऐसा कोई पाप किसी को करना होता तो उसी समय कर लेता। तो ये तर्क भी नहीं है, सत्य भी नहीं है, लेकिन ये क्यों करते हैं? क्योंकि उनके पास उनका इतिहास देख लीजिए साहब। जो पार्टी कांग्रेस पार्टी के संविधान में की पवित्रता को नहीं मानती है, वो पार्टी देश के संविधान को कैसे मानेगी? कांग्रेस पार्टी के संविधान की पवित्रता को नष्ट करने का काम इस परिवार ने किया है। उन्होंने संविधान की मर्यादाओं को तोड़ा है। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने ऑफिशियली राष्ट्रपति के उम्मीदवार तय किए थे संजीव रेड्डी जी को, ऑफिशियली कांग्रेस पार्टी ने, और उनकी पीठ में छुरा भोंक कर उनको हरा दिया गया था। ये इनका खेल है। इन्होंने संविधान के साथ हमेशा खिलवाड़ किया। नेहरू जी इतने बड़े लोकतंत्र का चेहरा कहते हैं ना आप लोग, पार्लियामेंट में बैठने के सबसे पहला जो संविधान संशोधन किया वो उन्होंने फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच को रिस्ट्रिक्ट करने के लिए किया था। पूरी तरह अनडेमोक्रेटिक नेहरू जी ने किया था। दूसरा, अब उन्होंने कैसे किया? भारत का संविधान, इसमें मैं 3 बातें मोटी मोटी देखता हूं। एक तो बहुत ही अनुभवी लोगों ने बैठ करके, भारत की जड़ों को जानने वाले लोगों ने बैठ करके संविधान को बनाया। उसमें वो सुगंध है भारत के सोच, इसलिए उसको एक सामाजिक दस्तावेज भी कहा जाता है। वो सुगंध है। दूसरा, ये लोग आगे का सोचते थे, तो उसमें एक फ्यूचरिस्टिक देश आगे अच्छा चले इसकी व्यवस्था भी है। और तीसरा, जो शब्दों में नहीं है लेकिन पेंटिंग में है। पहला संविधान बना, उसके हर पेज पर एक पेंटिंग है। वो पेंटिंग हमें हजारों साल के साथ जोड़ने वाली एक लिंक है, कड़ी है। हमारी संस्कृति, हमारी परंपरा, हमारा इतिहास, हमारी मान्यताएं, वो सब उन चित्रों में अंकित है। चित्रों में, ताकि जल्दी देश समझ पाए, लंबा इतिहास लिखना ना पड़े, वो चित्रों में रखा गया। शब्दों में वर्तमान और आने वाली कल रखी गई। तो कल, आज और कल, इसका एक बहुत ही संतुलित दस्तावेज, अत्यंत पवित्र दस्तावेज हमारा संविधान है।
How do you fulfill that promise? Because ultimately expectations have to be met. If you look at the political landscape, is it really changing for women? And what is the inability of the forces that dead bodies surface but not the living people?
Back, but persisting with the idea, having the conviction in the idea that you want to be in.
I wanted to become a pilot because I thought flying would give me wings. I said, no, I'm going to build this app that's going to change the way the world flies. People were spending thousands and thousands of dollars on booking aircrafts, private jets, but not getting the plane they wanted at the time they wanted, at the cost they wanted. All they want is the right plane at the right price at the right time with the right services. When I told my dad that I'm going to make a company that's going to let people book private jets on their phone, he said, they'll call on the phone and you'll answer and they'll book. Overnight, from being an app where people could come and book and charter planes and list planes, we became an operator without owning any of our own assets. The one thing I've learned is 100% of the investors look at is how strong is the founder. If you have to build a great business, get the right investors, build the right team, you have to be very, very honest and integral. The smartest entrepreneurs realize when they're making mistakes, own up to these mistakes, stand up, face them and correct. The art of winning is nothing but being able to convert your dreams into reality.
A lot of times in my life it has happened that you're in a room full of executives, you're in a room full of leaders, but there may be, 1, 2, maybe 5 women in the room full of 100 men. I've now spent about 15 years in working on what I call women's internet, building technologies that support more and more women across the world. The best businesses are the ones where your customers win. So we built a customer-centric company, and today we work with some of the largest brands and partners. As a woman founder, I would say take small steps. It doesn't matter where you are. And I can tell you, once you're on that path, it works out. I think it's important to fight for your individuality. It's important to fight for your voice. Focus on building a good company. Your customers will always save you, even when your investors cannot. I think I was born to do what I do.
A little puppy named Sarah came into my life, and that's really when the idea for Heads Up for Tails was born. When I started out, pet care was not really an industry. Actually, that's what forced us to build our own next